Okay, we are live and everyone can see us, should be able to see us anyways.
Lovely. It's the Japanese Grand Prix, the 2026 Japanese Grand Prix, and well, in a shocking twist of events, we have a Mercedes on pole position.
I mean, no one could have guessed that. That is, that's a shocker.
We are currently, if you're wondering why the race hasn't started yet, we are in a 10-minute delay while they fix barriers from the support race. So, Pigeon, what are you expecting from the Japanese Grand Prix?
It's a good track. Last year we saw a pretty tense race, but nothing much happened. Um, I think we're going to see some good overtakes. I think we're going to see Ferrari just blasting off into the distance from turn one, and then lap five we're going to see a battle. And we're probably going to see a one-stopper. So make of that what you will.
Do you think it will be more difficult to overtake in Suzuka?
This track doesn't really have any straights to speak of. It's all twisty, windy. It's fast, but it's not really a track where you say like, yeah, I'm gonna get onto this straight and I'm gonna, really make that move.
Mm.
I think we are gonna see moves. I think we're gonna see a lot of moves. I think they are going to be battery assisted. But maybe we'll get some good racing. I don't know. I'm hopeful.
Max Verstappen starts outside the top 10. What can he do today?
He can use his battery to the most of his extent and get into P6.
So that's his ceiling.
Yeah, that's the ceiling today.
Mm. So which of the Ferraris, McLarens, or Mercedes is he beating?
Um, I think one of them is gonna have a little bit of a DNF.
Mm.
I can't
Nice.
tell you which one though, because that would be telling.
Mm. Right. Well,
It's really difficult to say now. What do you think the top five is gonna look like? Other than the Mercedes and the Ferraris, of course.
I actually think McLaren probably have looked the fastest they have all season. Um, and I expect one of them to be up there. I don't think it'll be Norris. He hasn't looked great this weekend. So, I think Piastri will be up there challenging the Ferraris. I
Yeah,
also,
I could see that happen.
mm, yeah, he needs something. I mean, his first job today is to complete a racing lap. Uh, and
It's really sad case for him, isn't it?
it is. But turn one, it can always produce, contact. Uh, Obviously, we look back to the Senna Prost um, days. So it'll be interesting in turn one. Um,
It's not as narrow as some of the other ones, of course. If you
mm,
look at the modern tracks, it's all like 90-degree corners, but this is really an open corner. If you remember 2022, I think we saw Max Verstappen and Leclerc go side by side into it, and Verstappen went around the outside and tried to overtake. So you can actually put a move in here and have the space to actually make the
mm.
move, which
The
is good
problem,
to see.
it is a fast turn one though.
It is. It really
I mean,
is.
a slight touch and you're going to end up in the gravel, which is a good element to it, I feel.
Yeah. The real question, though, is will we finally see 22 cars on the grid?
We will. We certainly won't
I
see
mean,
22 cars finish the race.
we haven't gone through the formation lap yet, so I'm very cautious on saying will we have 22 cars start the race because this year you never know.
Liam Lawson starting 14th. I mean, Lindblad's doing a job on him so far.
I mean, he's. I mean, this is also what I said in the like build up to the season, right? He's gonna want to prove himself. He's gonna want to drive on the limit, and I think he is. I think he's driving that car very much on the limit. I also think it's gonna be not long before he has a big crash, because you get comfortable, you get a little bit riskier, and then at some point you're just gonna misjudge a corner, a move, and you're just gonna go off, right?
Hmm.
I mean, he's doing amazing so far. I mean, gotta get into Q3. That's amazing.
Yeah, oh, he did a good job.
Okay, we have the start of the formation lap. Everyone is on mediums except for Bottas, who has gone hard. And the prediction is, wow, surprise, surprise, a one stopper. That's gonna be interesting.
Uh, yep, Pirelli really need to just bring softer tires.
Yeah. And I don't want to sound too optimistic, but Oscar Piastri has gone through the first two corners of the formation lap. This is as far as he's gotten all season long.
Yeah, good for him. Then the Mercedes aren't the best car at getting off the line, so maybe he can do something.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see him put a wing in there. Speaking of
Um,
wings, Mercedes is of course rocking the special livery, which is a wolf, as far as I'm aware.
mm. So Lewis Hamilton is quite far behind Orlando Norris on the formation lap, which of course he's entitled to do.
He's just settling into the Italian, culture. Fashionably late. Do we
And that's
think that?
that's Max Verstappen getting right alongside Lindblad there in
Yeah,
the
Lindblad was
formation.
going very slowly. Um, do we think that Antonelli can go back to back? He won last week in China. Can he do it again in Japan?
Yeah, I don't see why he can't. He's proved in China that he can deal with pressure and barely put a foot wrong. Obviously, he had that lockup, but I mean, the race was pretty wrapped up by then. So,
Yeah, but still, if you want to finish first, you first have to finish. That's the
uh,
thing. One of those mistakes is gonna bite you in the ass sooner or later. Just having a look at the drivers' championship at the moment. Gasly is in P8. That is
yeah, that Alpine's looking slightly better than last year.
no doubt largely attributed to that Mercedes power unit in the back of that car, but still,
Hmm.
he's doing great. Okay, drivers are lining up on the grid. Will all 22 of them make it?
Yuki Tsunoda, he's in the Red Bull garage. He's probably thinking, I can be doing a better job than Verstappen at the moment.
I mean, he thought that before he jumped into it last year as well, and he very much didn't. So, okay, everyone is lining up,
Hmm.
waiting for the Aston Martins to arrive.
Yeah,
And for the
fashionably late.
I mean, that's not Italian culture, is it? Not for Alonso.
Uh,
Okay, for the first time in 2026, we have 22 cars on the grid starting a race.
yes. Will they all get through turn one? Okay.
Red
That,
lights. Oh no, first blue lights, right? Yeah. Red
mm,
lights on and away. And Oscar Piastri is away really, really nicely.
Yep, he
Takes
is.
the lead instantly.
He is, and it looks like Leclerc's going to be in P2. And George Russell, I think that's Russell, is down to P6. Lando Norris, he has passed the Mercedes as well. And Piastri is streaking clear. That
Everyone
was
made it through turns 1, 2, and 3.
that Mercedes just can't get off the line. And it looks like that's actually been a good start for Max Verstappen in there. I think Verstappen, yeah, he hasn't dropped back to last.
That's a massive win.
So currently we've got a McLaren, Ferrari, McLaren as our top three. Gasly, P7, as with Verstappen and Lindblad going well to well. No, that's not Lindblad, that's Ocon.
Yeah, I mean, Russell, I mean, he has the pace in the car, but just getting off that line, it proves to be really difficult for him, doesn't it?
It was Gabby Bortoletto with a bad start. His teammate Nico Hulkenberg also had a bad start, which is bad news for Audi as both cars drop. Antonelli is down to P6. So it's not looking likely for him that he will win the race. However, he is lining up Lewis Hamilton and is
Lindblad
back up
overtakes
to P5
Hadjar.
already.
Yeah, I think that's the most extent of the overtakes that we're going to see today. It's just going to be main straight, just battery, boom, get past.
Yeah,
That's
and the
it.
thing is, unlike in China and Australia, it's very difficult for the driver being overtaken to repass because that is the only straight, and then we're into the S sector.
Yeah, someone needs to make a mistake if you want to overtake through there. So yeah,
Rather, Lindblad has just passed Isaac Hadjar. He is now up to P8. Verstappen is in the points.
I don't know if that's an achievement nowadays, but and he is very nicely let past. Yeah.
hmm.
Now, how hard will Lindblad defend against Verstappen?
If I remember in Australia, he defended quite hard against him.
Hadjar is
Ocon.
under threat of Ocon.
Mm. Ocon, obviously, he had a good race last time out in China until his clash with Colapinto.
Okay, little battle between Red Bulls.
Oh, did they touch? Let's put Hadjar on the back foot, and Ocon breezes past him.
Russell gets
Frenchman v
up to
Frenchman.
P3.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time before the Mercedes drivers become 1-2 again. Valtteri Bottas is rear in the field. He's lost out to both Aston Martins. He's the only driver on the hard tyre.
I mean, I don't really know how to judge the Cadillacs yet. I mean, they run, back of the grid, kind of just going along. I don't know what their strategy is really. It's I don't know whether they're just trying to rack in the laps to, get data, get used to the rhythm of a race,
Mm.
or whether they're just really that bad.
I tell you what, Gasly is putting in, some decent lap times, and he is pulling away from Lindblad. He is currently P7, Lindblad 8th, and he's got Verstappen and Ocon for company.
Yeah, it's not going to
Yes,
be long before he gets overtaken, probably.
yes, and it's not looking long before Lando Norris is going to get overtaken.
But first, Russell gets up to P2.
Oh, it's fair play to Norris. He's managed to hold off Antonelli for a lap.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be another lap though, but
Mm.
I mean, Lindblad is pretty decently keeping Verstappen behind.
So the big losers at the start were the Audi drivers and Hadjar. I would say the Mercedes drivers, but we know that they're going to become one to very within the next sort of 3 or 4 laps, you would assume. However, Norris is not flying away from Leclerc. Leclerc's still within a second of Russell, and Russell's not really eating into Piastri's lead at the moment. Whether he's just recharging everything, getting everything ready for the attack soon.
I mean, it's just a rhythm, isn't it? You kind of settle into that. I mean, I wouldn't say train, but it is, an order of cars, and you
Mm.
can't really drive away until you're at the front of that pack, if
And
you
it,
have the
it
pace that is.
and it is the final sector where the Mercedes is rapid.
Yeah. Okay, main straight now. Who's gonna pass? I think that's Antonelli trying to get the move onto Norris, but he doesn't have enough power yet.
No, he is getting a bit frustrated, I would reckon.
Verstappen still can't manage to get past Lindblad either.
No,
If he
and
wants to have any shot at good points today, he will need to pass him.
yeah, because Gasly just pulled away 7/10 in that lap from Lindblad. Antonelli is very close to Norris here. It's just apart from that main straight into turn one, there's very little opportunity to overtake.
Verstappen puts a move into turn 11
The
for
hairpin,
Lindblad. Is that turn 11,
it's,
by the way?
I think so. What I would say is a move on the brakes. We're not used to seeing that these days.
Actual racing move.
Now it depends what does Verstappen have in his battery and what does Lindblad have in his battery.
That is the question because he's only 0.2 seconds behind. So
No,
I mean, this
and
is just. Oh,
hmm?
oh no, you go.
I was just going to say, it's surprising me how Antonelli can't seem to. Oh, Ocon's got past Lindblad. Um, it's surprising me how Antonelli can't seem to blast past the McLaren and Ferrari like Russell could.
Yeah. Did they downgrade the copter cabs, perhaps, or not the best resolution on the camera there?
It must be a sinking feeling when you see 5 cars pass you after you started on pole, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same engine, so they really the issue is with Mercedes. It's not like it's the Ferrari engines because the McLarens just jumped both of them at the start. So
Mm,
I think it'll be interesting to see what kind of advantage the Ferraris can get out of that start at the street circuits where it will be more difficult to overtake.
the Monaco, Singapore, etc.
Yeah, those ones. The Monzas, I mean, we saw it last year. It wasn't too easy to pass there either.
Mm,
I I, I think it will be this year, but still.
I think this year at Monza it's going to be after you. No, after you.
Yeah, it's going to be battery chicken.
Gabriel Bortoletto is up to P14 after making a move on Ollie Behrman. Ollie Behrman not having his best day at the office, while his teammate Esteban Ocon runs in P9 and is fighting with Max Verstappen, who is losing time to the Alpine of Gasly. Russell is 8 tenths off Piastri now, and Piastri needs a good result here today.
I mean, he had pretty low expectations going into the weekend. He was asked, "What's going to put a smile on your face getting out of Japan?" He said, "I want to start a race." So he's done that.
He also has George Russell on his tail. And this is I say a fight for the lead. I think it's going to be a very straightforward pass for Russell.
I think it's going to be a flyby. Okay, Piastri and Russell on the main straight. Russell is preparing to make a move but can't quite get it done in that distance. But just 4 tenths of a second away. Yeah, you're right. Verstappen's really losing time to Gasly. I mean, he is running that alternate package, that aero package this weekend. Um, I don't think he's going to be having much fun today.
No, maybe P6 was slightly optimistic.
I mean, it's only lap 8 of a 53 lap race. You know,
Mm.
a lot of things can happen.
Yeah, one thing that is happening is Hamilton is getting a little bit detached from the three cars ahead of him. Leclerc is about half a second ahead of Norris, who's about half a second ahead of Antonelli. So we're just watching Russell come through 130R right behind Oscar Piastri. And he's going to try and make the move into the chicane and a move on the brakes for the lead of the race. However, can Piastri use his battery to fight back?
Now that is a move. That is
Yeah,
also a move.
yeah. Piastri's going to come back down the on the main straight as Norris looks at moving Leclerc. The Ferrari just the pace isn't there. The race pace isn't there for the Scuderia.
I mean, that's also the thing because last year we said, you know, if you want to make a pass with DRS, you have to do it on the second straight because otherwise you're going to get the pass and the repass. It's the same thing here. If you have a chance to overtake, you have to wait until the end of the straights because if you do it too soon, then you're just going to be repassed again.
That is very true. We're going to see a replay here of Russell. And yeah, up the inside of the chicane. A nice move. Unfortunately for him, Piastri was able to get him back on the straight. I wonder if Piastri kind of just waved him through there, knowing that he had saved battery.
Yeah, probably. Antonelli is getting really excited to get past Norris.
Yes, the frustration must be building. However, Norris is also looking very excited at getting past Leclerc. I mean, it's nice to see McLaren racing again, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I
Um,
mean, they had to miss, of course, the China Grand Prix,
and in
double
Australia,
DNS.
they were nowhere really. So it is nice to see them fighting for the win, fighting for the podium.
Fighting for the win at the moment, yeah. Uh, would be nice to see.
But I do think it's a matter of time before Russell does get past, and Norris is slightly dropping back from Leclerc now, which is good news for Antonelli.
Okay, we have Hajar trying to get the move on Lindblad and go up into the points.
Yeah, slightly disappointing start from Hadjar. I think he got compromised when trying to pass Verstappen in the chicane and lost out to Ocon, and he hasn't really recovered that since. Behind him, there's a Liam Lawson. It's not a DRS train. What do you call it now?
Just a train.
A train, yeah.
The thing is, because we saw, of course, in Australia, everyone was just, flying by one another. It's not even that here. It's much like last year. Only on the straights you have some form of overtaking,
Mm.
but other
Oh,
than
here's
that, it really can't do much.
no. I mean, the gaps are pretty large throughout the top 10, apart from the Leclerc Norris Antonelli fight. But
Yeah,
I mean, it does show you can follow.
you can follow. That is true. I mean, like we said before, the aerodynamical regs are perfect.
Mm.
Cars are smaller, lighter. You can actually follow. It's just the electrical part that we really don't agree with.
Agreed. Now, the problem for Norris is he is now over a second behind Leclerc.
Yeah, so he will have less battery power at his disposal for the next lap if he stays within this
Mm.
gap that he has now.
But it just looks like the Ferrari struggles in the fast section.
Okay, and then he's going to make the same mistake as Russell did, I believe.
Yes, he flies up the inside into the chicane, which, yeah, it's a move on the brakes. It's not. However, I think he's managed to pull enough of a
I
gap
think I think
on
he's clear,
Norris.
yeah. Yeah, Antonelli moves up to P4.
He does, and he did it on the brakes, which is always nice to see.
Piastri's now complaining about, or at least giving the info that his front left has started graining a little bit. On the mediums, everyone's on the mediums except for Bottas. So I think everyone is gonna have a little bit of an ear out of their comm box to hear what everyone is dealing with. Uh, I mean, we're gonna just have to wait for either a safety car or the first person to instigate those pit stops.
Mm. Lewis Hamilton has brought himself back into play and is now only 1 second behind Lando Norris. I wonder if he was just saving a bit of tyre, just chilling.
Yeah, it could be. Hadjar is now really close to Lindblad as he tries to look down the outside of Lindblad into turn 11, but he can't quite manage to get past. He's definitely showing that he's that he's there though. So
Mm. The problem for these two is the Lawson Colapinto Bortoletto train has caught up with them as they're fighting each other.
it's probably why Hadjar is so keen to get past now.
Mm. We're on board with George Russell, and I don't think he's close enough to Piastri.
Nowhere close.
If Piastri can not make a mistake, Russell's going to have to work hard for this win. And we haven't really said that so far this season.
Not unless he's fighting Antonelli, at least.
Well, Hadjar seems to be having his own problems. And to be quite honest, I think Lawson behind is more of a threat than he is to Lindblad. And we have a good fight brewing for that final point position.
Yeah, I mean, there's 4 people in contention at the moment. 4 or 5 people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I expect after the pit stops, Behrman's going to be kind of pushing back as well. He's kind of just stuck at the moment, of course.
Yeah, I mean, he had a software glitch for qualifying.
Antonelli
Just
is eyeing up Leclerc at the moment for
yeah,
P3.
yeah. I think this one is going to be a pretty straight. Mind you, Leclerc gets better drive out of the final corner.
It's all about that drive, right?
Yeah, not about the battery.
No, I mean, if you get, a little bit of extra traction
Mm,
out of that final corner, you're
mm,
basically safe for the rest of the straight
yeah.
because it's so much more powerful.
Mm.
But yeah, Leclerc still P3, 2.6 seconds behind Russell, and Lawson either pits or just crashed. I think he pit.
Yeah, I don't really know what's happened to Lawson, but that's very early for the one stop.
Could also just be the GPS glitch, of course.
Apparently, he's a minute 9 behind Bottas, so something's gone wrong
Let's have
there.
a look at his. I mean, he's still driving and doesn't look to be too much behind the rest. No, he's looking at a car, literally. I think it's a GPS glitch.
Well, yeah, I think Formula One are trying to sort that out as we've now lost the order and the timing screen.
Have we?
We have on my feed.
No, they're still
It just
good.
says lap 14 out of 53 on mine. No,
Uh,
we're back. We are back. And
Lap
Lawson,
15 or 53.
yes, and Lawson is back in P12.
I
As
mean,
Ant-
oh, Antonelli? Yeah, he's not making that. I mean, Lindblad is keeping Lawson at bay for the moment, but I think that they're running pretty decently, both of them.
Mm. Max Verstappen starting to slowly eat into Gasly's advantage over him. The gap is down to 4.4. It was about 5. Is he making moves? As Hulkenberg does make a move, passing Carlos Sainz for P16. Antonelli needs to get this move done. Russell has dropped behind Piastri now. The gap is 1.3 at the top, and Antonelli needs to get this move done now to have any
Looking.
hopes of trying to win. We have
Oh,
uh, a black and white flag for Lindblad for moving under braking.
don't see that one often.
We don't, but we have seen a pass from Kimi Antonelli into the chicane again and move on the brakes again. But what is his exit like? Oh, he's got out
Oh,
of shape,
massive twitch.
and you expect
Don't think
Leclerc
he'll be
to
able to keep
repass.
that. Yeah, Leclerc just blasted past again. Great effort though.
Yeah, I am enjoying seeing.
Oh, Norris is gonna have a go at it as well, I think.
Yeah,
If I were Lindblad, I'd keep it to a minimum the defending at the moment because if you get a black and white flag for moving under braking, it's only one more
mhm,
incident until you get the 5 second penalty that accompanies it.
yeah.
But he's pretty set on keeping that P10. So
Max Verstappen takes another half a second out of Gasly. Is the Red Bull finally coming alive for the Dutchman?
I don't think it is.
I say alive. I mean, he is fighting for P7 if he can get near.
I mean, it's only one position and then you're in a P6. Only takes a safety car and then you're right back up there. So
It's true, as Lewis Hamilton has joined the battle for P3. out of nowhere. I wonder if Piastri has this race under control. Russell is now 1.7 seconds back. He lost the lead, gained it back again.
Oh, someone just jumped into the pits. That's Norris.
Yeah.
Norris is the first of the front runners to jump into the pits for new tires.
Now the question here is it too early for a one-stopper?
Nah, you can do easily 36 laps on a hard tire. That's no problem at all.
Oh, but he's going to come in traffic. Who is that ahead? That's Esteban Ocon.
I think he's going to avoid the most of it, right? Yeah, gets in just before Limblad and Hadjar.
Ollie Behrman pits. Lawson's last again.
That's once again an issue with the
GPS.
Yeah, I can see him on the circuit map, and he's just driving in his position. So
What I would say is this race is certainly providing more moves on the brakes instead of just battery passes.
that is true.
You are having to actually race each other for for quite a few of the positions. So Ollie Behrman and Lando Norris have both pitted. Do Ferrari respond? Do Mercedes respond?
Well, Leclerc's being called in at the moment, so it's not going to matter much what Antonelli does here because he's got to get past anyways. Or was it a dummy call? It was not a dummy call.
Leclerc is in. Antonelli
pits.
has a clean air. Whilst Lando Norris is stuck behind Esteban Ocon, not for long. He makes the move into the chicane. Now, have Ferrari got this right? Will they come out ahead of McLaren and on a lap fresher tyres? I think he'll be okay.
Manage.
It's not a just. He's got quite a gap.
I mean, he was in front anyways, so you know.
I think he's extended the gap. The undercut doesn't look like it's worked.
Colapinto also pits.
Obviously, Colapinto scored points for Alpine last time out. It's looking unlikely he's going to do that again this time. But he had a good race. It is, and he had a good outing in China. This is the period where the race is now in that sort of lull period.
Yeah, you're just waiting for pit stops.
Yes, there's Piastri boxes. The leader is in. Meaning that the Mercedes running 1 and 2 in clean air, can they overcut?
I mean, they have plenty of pace. It's just a matter of what can you really unlock from that, you know.
So Piastri is going to rejoin behind Max Verstappen, but very far clear of Charles Leclerc. Antonelli has just set the fastest lap of the race.
And Lindblad gets into the pit lane.
Oh, it's not a great stop. It's not a good stop at all. It looked like that front right was a tough going back on.
Yeah, 4.8 second pit stop. That is not what you want, especially if you're fighting for, that last place in the points.
Yes. I mean, if you're Red Bull, you just box Hadjar now, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't say right now, but it's going to be more of an option now.
So what are Ferrari going to do with Lewis Hamilton? He's absolutely nowhere in this race. But if you can leave him out for another 5-6 laps, get him tyre delta towards the end, Could he play a part?
Well, the thing is, Ferrari are going to Ferrari, of course. If they leave him out too long, and he's just going to get eaten up by Gasly at some point, uh, you know.
So Kimi Antonelli has just taken 1.2 seconds out of Russell in 2 laps. Man on the move. And by my calculations, he'll probably overcut Leclerc and Norris. Well, he was ahead of Norris, wasn't he?
Ocon and Hadjar are both in the pit lane.
Yep, I think that is to make sure they stay out ahead of Lindblad, who did have that difficult pit stop.
Yeah, it's not going to be difficult to stay ahead.
Not for Ocon. Oh, Hadjar, I don't think it was a great stop by Red Bull.
2.8, it's acceptable, of course.
Mm.
He lost a little bit of time to Ocon, but should be good.
Yeah, as he gains the position on Lindblad. Here we go. Oscar Piastri has caught Max Verstappen. I don't think Verstappen's got anything to defend with. You just wouldn't bother even trying to put up a fight, would you?
No, at this point, you want to do your own race. Yeah, he's just completely creeping up to him at this point. But Verstappen is trying to get some kind of defensive move in.
Yeah, he did block him there, which is fair play. Maybe he's just trying to have a bit of fun in this race.
Yeah, at least you're battling someone.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
it's short-lived as Piastri now gets
flies through.
past. Yeah.
Lando Norris sets the fastest lap of the race. He is half a second behind Charles Leclerc. These hard tyres are working well on the McLaren. Kimi Antonelli's just taken another half a second out of George Russell's lead. It's a good drive from Antonelli after a very bad start.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of pace, so. I think Max needs to pit because his tires are not really doing much at the moment. He's done nearly half a race distance on these tires. Unless he wants to go for the softs, of course, because he does have those since he didn't take part in Q3 yesterday. Russell is going to drive into the pit lane, I believe.
Yeah, Russell is in the pits.
Yeah.
I
He was on the
think
radio earlier saying that he was going to lose a bunch of time if he were to extend that stint. So.
So where will he feed back out? I reckon somewhere
Right behind
between
Piastri.
between Piastri and Verstappen. There goes Piastri. He's still ahead. Here comes Verstappen, and Russell is just ahead of Max.
How long will that be?
Yellow flag.
Oh, yellow flag.
It looks like it's Ollie Behrman. He's crashed. This will be a safety car.
That's a safety car.
This plays well into Antonelli and Hamilton's hands.
Oh, that's a big one as well.
Safety cars deployed.
Into Spoon. That's a weird one.
Well, can Antonelli now get out in the lead of this race?
I mean, this is what you were hoping for if you were,
Antonelli and Hamilton. Oh, there's a lot of polystyrene on track. A lot of polystyrene on track there. I wonder if he's gone through one of the bollards, the braking bollards.
Yeah, could be.
Of course, you need to remember, in the pit lane, it's still racing speeds.
Russell is not happy on the radio. As he had just pitted.
I mean, it's difficult to predict when someone's going to have an accident.
Wasn't he the lucky one last week out?
You can't always have the luck, but it looks like
Ferrari called it Hamilton to box. I didn't think I would see the day.
the question is, where can Hamilton filter out now?
Is Gasly gonna pit or is he gonna drive through? Gasly is gonna pit. Okay.
Gasly was far behind, to
Yeah,
be fair.
everyone's gonna pit. Okay, let's see what kind of order we'll have
Oh,
after.
oh, oh. Did Russell pass Hamilton?
I think he did.
I will need to see that again. But did he pass Hamilton there? Oh, oh, that's not good for
Oh,
Ollie Behrman. He looks in real
Aaron is
pain.
limping.
His ankle.
Well, he's gonna be happy that we'll have the April month off to recover from that.
Kimi Antonelli allowed this race due to the safety car. We are yet to see a replay of what happened to Ollie Behrman.
Yeah, I mean it must have been a big shunt if he is that, you know,
So
tired.
Nico Hulkenberg didn't stop. Right, so he's closing
Here we
up to
have it.
somebody.
Oh, he was trying to get past Colapinto
Colapinto.
and he just that's a big one.
Did Colapinto move there?
I think you could at best say that it was driving erratically.
I'll need to see it on board Ollie Behrman replay again. So I'm going to rewind. Have a look. He moved, I think. What the safety car has done is pushed Lawson and Bortoletto ahead of Ocon and Hadjar as well.
Yeah, we will have pretty
Hulkenberg pits.
soon, I believe. Hulkenberg finally pits as well, yeah.
I mean, that's going to drop him right down the order.
I don't think he's going to drop much.
He is P12.
That could have been much worse.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be too much longer. The car is on the crane, and the accident was quite near a escape road.
Yeah, and Spoon is a fairly easy part of the track to get.
However, I think we've got a Cadillac between Antonelli and Piastri.
Bottas is driving in P2. Who would have thought? Antonelli manages to hold on to this position. He will lead the 2026 World Championship.
Which is incredible. And after dropping down to P6 at the start of the race, it's worked out well for him. And he's on nice fresh tyres. one driver that it's not gone well for today's race is Lindblad, the rookie on the grid. He had a poor pit stop and has lost out another 3 places due to the safety car. He's currently running P14.
And he still has that black and white flag for moving under braking. So if he gets very defensive, he has a high chance of getting a penalty as well.
There is quite a lot of polystyrene on track. Right, let's have a look at Ollie Behrman. Does Colapinto move, or does he just have much better speed than the Alpine?
Well, I mean, I think it's just unlucky, to be honest.
Yeah, he is struggling to walk on that ankle.
Yeah, he's going to have to ice that.
It's one of those where it's going to be sore for a while.
Yeah.
Looks like there's still a bit of debris on track.
Yeah, and they also won't restart this without having Bottas out of the way first.
Yes, he does have to unlap himself. Which I think is actually a good rule that the FIA or Formula One have brought in. Obviously, a few years ago, you didn't have to unlap lapped cars. So a lapped car could get in the way and make your restart bad, especially if you were in P2.
There's no way you can get controversy with that. It's a narrow piece of track, and he's approaching with so much speed. It's just a racing incident. Just sadly that
It just caught him out.
Behrman is on the crashing side of it.
Yeah, Behrman just got caught out by speed that I don't know if he was expecting to have. It's not a part of the track you usually look to overtake going into Spoon.
No.
So Bottas is overtaking the safety car, which will probably be the only bit of overtaking Bottas is going to do today.
Lapped cars may now overtake the safety car, number 77. We have exactly half a race remaining. Order is as jumbled as it gets.
Piastri must be absolutely gutted because he has driven a brilliant race.
I mean, even P2 would be the first podium for McLaren this year, so I think he's going to be very happy if he finishes this race on the podium. Because, I mean, it's not even a given that he's going to be able to hold off Russell as well. Because
No.
Russell is on newer tires, only by a few laps, but he is still on newer tires. We haven't seen Antonelli restart many races. How's he going to handle this, do you think?
I mean, it's pressure. You've got the World Championship winning car from last year right behind you. But he just needs to pick his point where he puts the gas down. I would do it where he is now, right there. And that's where you restart the race.
Russell's trying to get some extra info on where he's gonna restart that race. I mean, you can't just use your eyes, can't you?
What is it with British drivers? Russell needs info when Antonelli to get a start. Will Joseph has to tell Norris how to drive the car. Come on, guys.
Hamilton tells an engineer to have a spot of tea during a race.
No British bias on this channel.
No, definitely not. Oh, that's Norris going very slowly?
Is it?
Could just be a momentarily a thing, but
I don't know. Safety car's ending.
looks a little bit out of place. I think it's fine. Safety car is ending indeed. We are going to get back to green flag racing at the end of this lap, as Bottas is still half a lap away. Yeah, literally half a lap. Bottas is crossing start finish right now, and Antonelli is going into turn 11.
Oh, Cadillac. Are they the new HRT?
I don't think they are. They have shown that they do have pace. And I think they're gonna be fighting for a point at some point this season.
Very optimistic.
No, I'm just going all in for chaos. Okay, we are approaching the back straight of this track.
Mercedes are doing some insane weaving to get heat into their tyres, while Piastri behind looks very focused.
That's some Verstappen level weaving right there.
Talking about Verstappen, what can he do at the restart? He's gone. Antonelli's gone into the chicane, and I don't think Piastri was expecting that.
I don't even think this is allowed. Once you go, you can't just start weaving again. But yeah, he leads away the field, and he has a sizable gap behind him.
And Russell did not have a good start, and he's lost out to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is up into P3. Disaster start for Russell. No, Antonelli was not kind to you, George. And why should he be? Wow.
Verstappen's heavily battling with Gasly. Not a phrase I think I'd be saying last year, so. Overtake has now been enabled. That's the first time I've seen that message.
Antonelli leads Piastri by 1.5 seconds. Lewis Hamilton is a little further back, and George Russell, he's nowhere near. The championship leader down into P4. Lewis Hamilton's looking racy with Piastri. Could this be it? Again, I think Hamilton's on fresher tyres. Bortoletto and Ocon are swapping places for that final available point. Could this be a Lewis Hamilton masterclass? Can he put his Ferrari in a position where he can possibly win this race after looking absolutely nowhere the first 23, 24 laps?
If I've learned anything from Hamilton, is that he can do anything. He's looking racy. He's looking like he's having fun. I think he can put a move in. It's just a matter of how much pace he has at the end of the race, right?
Oh, big power slide there by Piastri. As Bortoletto is sinking like a stone. He lost P10 to Ocon and then lost P11 to his teammate Hulkenberg. Now he's got Isaac Hadjar behind him, who is not having a very fun day himself. I think Russell has got back into the rhythm, and he looks like he can challenge Lewis again. Here goes Max Verstappen on the outside of the chicane, looking to put a move on Gasly. Gasly goes defensive. Is that going to cost his exit? No, not really. Good exit by the Alpine. Good traction.
I mean, it's still a Mercedes power unit in the back of that car, so
Nico Hulkenberg is overtaken by Bortoleto, Hadjar, and Lindblad. He has lost 3 positions in the space of half a lap. That is very demoralizing.
especially if you're a Hulkenberg fan.
Yes. He looked good for a point, and now he's 14th.
I mean, anything can happen.
Oh, of course. Both Aston Martins are still racing.
I mean, if you want to call it racing, that's fine.
Well, I mean, they're only just behind Perez.
I think Antonelli is taking this one home. He is literally driving away from the rest of the field.
But like you said, oh, we have Colapinto and Ollie Behrman noted. So I wonder if they are trying to apportion some blame to Colapinto for the accident.
I don't think you can really
No.
put anyone at blame, but of course you'd have to investigate it. It's good that they do look at it.
Oh,
Um,
Lindblad.
I
Unless
think it's
that's
going to
just
be
another driver tracker problem.
yeah, I think it's going to be a racing incident kind of deal.
Mm.
Um,
Nico Hulkenberg puts a move in on Lindblad as Alonso passes Stroll in the Aston Martin battle, which is just so demoralising. No further investigation on the Colapinto and Ollie Behrman.
and
Big power
Stroll
slump.
is going to go into the pit lane because
Yes.
he has an issue. Hamilton was a slide.
Yeah, Hamilton had a big power slide in the second Degner. So Stroll retires as Antonelli leads by just under 3 seconds from Oscar Piastri, which is not something I thought I would be saying today. The problem for Russell is it's still Suzuka. It's still tough to overtake in Suzuka, even with these new regulations. And he has to overtake 2 cars. He spent the whole race trying to pass Piastri. He couldn't. Hamilton might be a little bit easier to pick off, but I don't see this being a Mercedes 1-2 as things stand.
No,
Still
I mean
laps to go.
that's also the thing with this track, right? I mean, it's a high speed track. It's windy. It's not like China where the twisty sections are all kind of slow, medium speed. These are all high speed corners.
Mhm.
So you can't really make the difference other than just drive fast. It's not like you can really put a wheel in and try and make a move because there's just simply no space.
Yep, as Isaac Hadjar is finding out as he is battling with Bortoleto for P11, if he wants to sniff at a point, he really needs to get this move done soon before Ocon and Lawson have flown away. I don't know about you, but so far I would say I'm enjoying this race more than I did China and Australia.
Yeah, it's more tense. We aren't seeing as much action as there, but I think that's a good thing because we
Mm.
are seeing moves on the brakes. We are seeing a little bit of a strategy. I'm still not digging the hard compound championship, but but yeah, this is a pretty enjoyable race. It settled into a rhythm, but that's to be expected.
And who is that running over, going straight on at the chicane? It is whoever is in front of Nico
That
Hulkenberg.
was Lindblad.
That is how Hulkenberg passed Lindblad. He's making a couple of rookie errors, which is understandable. And after his Australia heroics, we are seeing that he's a rookie and he needs time to learn and grow.
I mean, as long as you don't pull a Latifi, you should be fine. For those who don't remember, Latifi once went into the wrong chicane at Suzuka, and then he acted like he was completely lost.
He blamed the team, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
My man Latifi. So Lando Norris has no pace since the restart, and in fact, Gasly is closer to Norris than he is to the battle for the podium.
I
Right.
don't think we're going to see many more changes to the order, to be honest.
Well, one might be happening soon with Bortoletto just got much better drive out of the chicane than Hadjar. And like you said, if you get a good drive on traction out of that chicane, it's so hard to overtake. Yeah, I mean, Antonelli is pulling half seconds on the field. It's is comfortable. The Italian is comfortable, and he's looking like a driver who can challenge for a world championship.
I mean, if he keeps putting in races like this, he will be.
Mm. His problem is he's not going to want a 5 week break because you're just going to lose the momentum.
I think once you hit Miami, you're going to lose the momentum anyways. That's not a track where you're like, yeah, I really want to drive there.
However, let's not forget Antonelli took sprint pole there last year.
He did. And then he was assaulted by Verstappen in the pit lane.
Yes.
And Hadjar tries to look to have a move into the chicane, but Bortoletto defends and drives off. Because that's the thing right now. If you try to make the move into chicane, you can't really recover if you don't make the pass.
Mm.
Because you have to compromise, don't you?
Yeah. This is the closest Russell has been to Hamilton up since the restart. Just over half a second. So if he wants to even challenge Piastri, he needs to pass the Ferrari.
Leclerc's also looking pretty pacey at the moment.
He is indeed. Obviously, the safety car didn't work out well for him. There are some close battles on track. We got Lawson and Ocon, P9 and 10. 7 and 8th, Gasly and Verstappen separated by just half a second, but it's less than half a second for Russell now as he approaches Lewis Hamilton. But the Ferrari just looks good when it Joins the straight. Here goes Russell, though. He's got the momentum. Hamilton goes defensive, and Russell can't make the move. That is the closest it's been as Esteban Ocon is up into P9. He has passed Liam Lawson, whose driver track has gone haywire again. Oh, and here we go with Hadjar on the outside of Bortoletto into turn one. And the Frenchman is up into P11, I'm going to say that is, even though it's coming up as P10.
That's fair. Actually weird because the circuit tracker does show Lawson just cruising around.
Oh, and I think he has also repassed Ocon somewhere.
He has, yes.
Someone who's not doing much passing is Verstappen. He's still stuck behind Gasly's Alpine.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be stuck behind a 2025 Alpine.
That is very true. Now, what is Russell's exit like? It's not a bad exit at all. I think he's going to be charging up to that Ferrari. Here he comes. But Hamilton goes defensive again. Russell can't pass him.
It's all about that exit.
Yeah, he just needs a slightly better exit. I mean, he's literally all over Hamilton's gearbox, basically pushing him along the track. It does look like it's only a matter of time. But then we thought that with Piastri and he couldn't get the move done. In fact, has Russell made a mistake? He's slowing. Russell slow.
Now he's recharging. You can see the back of the. Oh yeah, Leclerc just
Yeah, he's
flies
lost out
by.
to he's lost out to Leclerc. Has something happened to George Russell?
Are we going to see a George Russell DNF?
I think whatever it was is now back in control, but that was just strange. I mean, Leclerc just drove around him.
If that's running out of battery, then they really need to fix something because that was straight up dangerous.
It was because that was where Ollie Behrman had his crash, I think.
Yeah.
I think we need to see that again. We need to see exactly what happened there because that was insane. But Suzuka is not being George Russell's friend today so far. And as things stand, we have 3 different constructors on the podium.
That would be a first this season. I believe, anyways. I think we have 3 different constructors on the podium in the sprint, but we don't really count that, do we?
No, we don't.
Can we please see a replay of the Russell Leclerc moment? Please.
Yeah, F1. Hello. Okay, so this is the replay.
Oh, you're ahead then.
He just completely drove past him. And now all of a sudden Leclerc's on the back of Lewis Hamilton.
That was really weird. If they say software issue one more time, by the way, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, me too.
Hulkenberg has gotten past Bortoletto now.
Yep, the Audis are having a good scrap between themselves, just, for pride and whatnot. Well, this would be a shocker for Russell if it were to finish as is. He was off the pace of Antonelli in China, if we're being honest. Um,
I mean, he hasn't been comfortable all weekend long. I
and
think he's
his
got
rookie
trouble with the rears. I mean,
teammate, well, not rookie, but his much more inexperienced teammate is doing a job on him so far. Charles Leclerc looks very close to Lewis Hamilton. It's just under half a second. Obviously, Hamilton is not going to give up this podium. This is going to be a tough fight between the Ferraris, and we saw what they can do when they fight tough in China.
I mean, this is not really the track where you can have that sort of fighting. But who knows? Maybe they can take the fight to Piastri this time.
If they stop fighting each other.
If Hamilton would just put on the gas.
Yeah. Kimi Antonelli with the fastest lap of the race on lap 39 out of 53. He just under 8 seconds on Oscar Piastri. Let's also not forget, in Australia, towards the end of the race, Antonelli was absolutely flying and really catching George Russell at the end.
Yeah, I think there will be definitely some kind of analysis to be done over the April break to determine who's on form, who's not on form, or where the
Here
cars
we
should
go.
be.
The Ferraris are fighting into the chicane.
Oh, here we go again.
But it was a poor exit there, actually, by Charles Leclerc.
Yeah,
Hamilton went.
Losing time for everyone.
It is indeed. Hamilton actually went defensive early when I don't think he needed to. I think he was expecting Leclerc to have a much better drive at him.
Yeah. Quick update on Gasly and Verstappen. They are still behind one another.
Yeah, the gap is just under a second. Verstappen has a 9-second gap back to the Lawson-Ocon fight, which is about a half a second gap. Oh, that's Leclerc very slow into the Degners there.
Oh, yeah. That looks like the same issue that Russell had. Yep. Just not passed, but pretty close to it.
It's just strange that all of a sudden your battery can just go and then you're a sitting duck. It's crazy.
By the way, I've never seen turn 11 from that angle before. I had no idea that it was so much higher. I always thought it was kind of just flat, just a little bit up, but that's massive.
Leclerc and Hamilton look like they're about to duel into the chicane again.
If they're going any slower, then Norris will also hook onto that fight.
He will indeed. Oh, Leclerc, he got a twitch again. He still looks like he's going to try and pull the move on Lewis Hamilton on the outside of turn 1. And he has managed it.
Hamilton is recharging on the straight.
It was a move on the brakes. I'm not going to say that was a battery.
Move.
I'm not going to say that was battery assisted.
I think you could easily determine whether it's battery assisted, yes or no, because if it's battery, then they overtake halfway onto the straight.
And now Hamilton looks like a sitting duck for Russell here.
Yeah, he will be.
Lando Norris is joining the fun.
I am loving how much of a show Ferrari are putting on this season.
Yeah, agreed. Because Antonelli is leading this race by almost 10 seconds. He looked like he was celebrating then. I think he was just ripping a tear off his visor, but his hand was in the air. It looked like he was celebrating.
Yeah, no, he was putting a tear off into
Yeah,
the into the air. Um,
I
I
was going to
mean,
say
we
there's still 11 laps. You want to just chill.
we saw last time round what it does to you when you start celebrating early. He nearly put it into the wall. So
Well, George Russell is a lot closer to Hamilton than he has been recently, but Hamilton's charging again on the straight, and Russell's going to go on the outside. Where is Hamilton? I think Russell's passed. Why is Hamilton charging on the straight?
uh,
That's the one place you can lose a position.
I mean, beats me.
Unless he has a problem, a software issue.
I'm gonna put a chair through a wall if I have to hear software issue one more time.
I mean, Norris has taken a second out of Hamilton on that last lap.
Yeah, I think he's gonna fall down the order at this point. But whose idea was it to make a car that can only do about 800 meters onto a straight before it's completely emptied the battery and then has to recharge while on the straight?
Um, I think Vegas is going to be fun this year.
They could treat it like two straights. They could just make a chicane in there, Formula E style.
They might make a compulsory, you have to brake halfway down the straight.
Yeah, like I said, I should put a chicane in. He just brake checked me. No, 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 that was a chicane. It's just not laid out properly. Ah.
What is Nico Hulkenberg doing? He is catching Isaac Hadjar in the battle for P11. Hulkenberg's been rapid. He was setting purple sectors in sector 3 during qualifying. Unfortunately, he was unable to actually hook up the rest of his lap.
He did finally escape the P11 curse, though.
Yes.
Just in the wrong direction, but still.
So where are we in this race? Antonelli leads by 11 seconds. Leclerc is just about holding off Russell for the final place on the podium. And Norris looks like he's been brought back into this race and could challenge Lewis Hamilton for P5.
And
This is going to
Verstappen is
hurt
still
Norris.
chasing Gasly for P7.
Yep. And Ocon's chasing Lawson for P9. So we've got fights up and down the order. But this is going to hurt Norris. He's in P6 whilst his teammate is second. Again, I think he's one of those drivers that is going to have to evaluate things in the April break.
Yeah, I mean, I think the kind of the mystery factor in this one is we haven't seen Piastri race yet this season. We don't know what his race pace is like because, well, he hasn't raced yet. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I think they'll have a little bit of a review going into Miami to see how they can get both cars up there.
What's Lewis Hamilton doing? He is looking up into the chicane and going straight on.
Well, you can do that once, but
To be honest, I don't think it gained him any time.
no. But if you do it too often, then you get a
Mm.
penalty for it anyways, even if you aren't faster. Yeah, Russell is pretty close to Leclerc. Could we see a last lap overtake?
Personally, I would like to see three constructors
Wait,
on the podium.
Norris is on the radio that Hamilton needs to give back the position. He was way in front of him.
Hmm. Even the tracker gaining advantage, that would be harsh.
He he
It,
wa-
it
he,
wasn't.
he, he wasn't even near him.
I know, but it looks like Russell is near Charles Leclerc. But the Ferrari just gets better traction out of that corner. And that is what I think both Mercedes have been
Oh,
struggling with is
Hulkenberg
traction.
gets past Hadjar.
He's only 2.5 seconds behind Ocon.
A P11 for Hulkenberg at the moment.
Shocker.
Can we get both the Audis a point in round 3? Because Bortoleto already had points on debut, of course. Oh, Hadjar has repassed Hulkenberg. How did Hulkenberg do China? Did he retire or?
Hulkenberg. In China, he had a very bad pit stop when he was looking good for points.
Okay.
I'm not sure what happened in Australia. I think he retired in Australia.
Um, just some info on Behrman's crash. Apparently, it was a 50G impact
Ooh.
for the Briton.
Alex Albon is in the pits. It's just another disaster race for Williams. Yeah, I should say it's another disaster race for Albon.
Current driver of the day vote percentages are Piastri leading with 23% of the votes for driver of the day.
Russell's close to Leclerc here.
I mean, he has been for the past 3 laps, but you know.
Yeah, nothing doing.
Yeah, no, he's not making it.
And whilst these two are fighting, they're actually slowly catching Oscar Piastri.
We are starting to run out of laps, though. Only 7 laps remain in this Grand Prix. If you want to do anything, you'll have to really push now.
Well, Hulkenberg has done something. He's back up into P11. Who's been your driver of the day so far?
Uh, I'm
It
not
looks
falling for
good.
that one again.
It looks like Ollie Behrman is walking a lot better. There was just an image of him in the garage, which is always good to hear.
Yeah, I think he's going to be sore tomorrow, but today should be good enough.
Lando Norris. Oh,
Albon's
here
in
goes
pit.
George Russell. Here goes George Russell. Trying to look in the chicane. Norris does look in the chicane and gets the move done on Lewis Hamilton. Are we about to see both Ferraris being overtaken? I don't think Russell's close enough. Hamilton's going to come back at Norris. He does. No further investigation on Lewis Hamilton for leaving the track and gaining an advantage as
Wow,
he
shocker.
repasses Orlando Norris.
I don't even see why they checked to begin with for that incident. Verstappen is now only 4/10 of a second away from Gasly.
Yes, as George Russell is now over a second behind Charles Leclerc, who is 1.2 behind Piastri.
They are
It is
clearing
the
traffic at the moment.
they are, and it looked like was that Bottas, and they were passing.
Yeah, it
Have
is.
It's cost Russell, it's cost Piastri. Leclerc's the man on the move. And also, after that failed overtake attempt, Norris has dropped 1.5 seconds back. We have 5 laps to go, and the podium is yet to be decided. Albon is in the pits again, and I think he is going to retire.
Verstappen has momentarily passed Gasly. Let's see if he can keep the position
I don't
throughout the
know
main straight.
because we're not seeing
He
what is
cannot.
happening.
No. Gasly blasts past on the main straight. He has that Mercedes engine. Albon gets back out of the pit lane with
So
soft tires, I think.
he's just made 3 pit stops in 4 laps. Strange one for Williams. I don't know what they're testing, but I'm sure they have reasons. I've enjoyed this race. It's not been action-packed, but it has provided some good racing.
Yeah, and the yo-yoing wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. So
No, and I think George Russell is the closest he has been to Leclerc with 4 laps to go. Is he going to
depends on the
snatch the
exit.
podium?
No, the exit is good enough.
Right, so Lando Norris has re-caught Lewis Hamilton. I wonder if he was just charging everything up or whether he did have an issue with his car. Software glitch. We won't say issue, we'll say glitch. Just for you.
It's not issue that I have the problem with. It's the word software.
It looked like at some point Russell and Leclerc had problems after they seemed to just slow up random parts of the track. It looked like, you know, that might have been happening for many drivers. Oh, oh, move. Russell into the chicane. And that's put George Russell back onto the podium. Can Leclerc fight back?
And Norris also
Going
on
into turn
Hamilton.
1. Oh, what a move by Leclerc into turn 1. What a move by Leclerc. And Hamilton does the same thing on Norris. Did the Ferraris
That's the
let
2022 special right there.
did the Ferraris just let their rivals pass at the chicane where they were then able to repass them on the main straight?
If that was organized, I will take back anything I've ever said about Ferrari strategy.
Yeah, but is that the pit wall? Or is that drivers using a bit of brain?
uh, yeah, I wouldn't know.
I would highly doubt it's the pit wall. One thing this race has done is it has kept up intrigue throughout. There's very rarely been a lull where nobody's fighting the top 6 positions.
Yeah, I mean, there's action, but I wouldn't say there's many passes. It's all just, you know, they get passed on the brakes
The chicane.
into the chicane, and then it's a matter of, yeah, I have the exit, so yeah, I'm just gonna get past anyways back again.
Well,
Um,
we have Two
Oh,
laps to go.
that's Norris.
Yep, Norris, he's got Lewis Hamilton this time.
Now, can he get back again? He probably will.
I think he's got the position sorted actually.
It'll have to be a good move if he does. I don't think he will. Oh,
No.
Norris actually maintains the position.
Oh, I think Leclerc there with a wheel in the gravel and the Degners. It could have been costly.
And we
With
have Jack Black waving the checkered flag in 1 lap time.
I mean, I've forgotten Antonelli's been in this race for half of it.
Yeah, he's been dominant throughout.
Safety cars played into his hands, and he's not looked back.
Yeah.
Alex Albon is he's last. Here we go. Russell has a look into the chicane. Nothing doing.
That's what 4 pit stops will do to you.
And I think Russell's too far back on this straight to even have a look. We are on the final lap. Russell will have to make the move into the chicane. Can Max Verstappen finally get Gasly? They've been fighting all race. The gap never higher really than a second since the safety car restart. Now you just chuck all your battery at it. You're not going to need it again.
I don't think that Verstappen has that much battery to give because he's not even getting anywhere closer to Gasly.
Who's driven a brilliant race?
I mean, hat off to Antonelli. He's driven an amazing race.
Leads by 14.5 seconds.
And in about 20 seconds, we could have a new championship leader.
Kimi Antonelli wins the Japanese Grand Prix. What can George Russell do as he comes towards the chicane? I don't know. We're not watching it anymore as Piastri is about to come across the line, and fair play to him. His first race.
Russell's not going to get past.
No, it was close. Half a second behind. Here's Max Verstappen. On the outside of the chicane, Gasly positions the car well. And that should be that. A frustrating weekend for Max Verstappen as he picks up 4 points. Whilst Lawson and Ocon are also fighting, and Hulkenberg is joining the fun.
I think Verstappen's going to be very short in his answers to the press.
Lawson finishes 9th, Ocon 10th. Ocon picking up his first point of the season. Pigeon, just a quick review. What did you think of the race?
Yeah, action throughout. Like I said, it's better than expected. Yeah, we have actions on the brakes. Just a shame that if you make that move, then you're going to be vulnerable on the straight because of that overtake. Yeah. And we have an Aston Martin finishing a race. That is.
And we have 3 separate constructors on a Grand Prix podium. Look, Kimi Antonelli is the new championship leader, and it's all to play for in Miami. Hope you enjoyed the race, and we will see you in May.
Sad to say, but yeah. Yeah, keep an eye on our socials. We'll probably be doing something during the April break to keep everyone happy and not feeling too off. So yeah, that's it from us. Check out our socials and have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.